Hey guys, it's Jackie. So, it's pretty much self-explanatory. I kind of want to show you my bow collection so far. Some of you have probably seen in videos. There's probably one that you haven't seen yet. But I'd like to start off with the very first bow that I ever bought, and that would be the Samick Sage here. It's the takedown recurve, and yeah, I this is a bow that I kind of shoot the most really. A lot of it has a bit to do with the fact that I'm fixing on hunting with it. I this, there's a few changes since last you probably saw it. I've got different type of silencers. They're like the wool kind, and a new string because the other one was getting worn out. But yeah, this is like I said, the first bow I ever bought, and um, I will say I am a bit on the sentimental side. This is I'm really sentimental about this bow. It's been serving me great on the range. Sure, whenever I finally get it out um, and get my first animal, deer, or whatever the case may be, when archery season rolls around. But yeah, this I've had this for a while. This is what really got me into like really wanting to do archery, and it's gone through a lot of changes. I've used sights and a different type of rest. Like I used this to screw in like a whisker biscuit or something like that, and then I was like, okay, and then I kind of changed that a little bit, and then I decided I'm just gonna stick with traditional and shooting instinctively. I wouldn't say like I shoot like gap necessarily. But I do know, like, at a certain distance, usually shorter distance, like the whole thing with the arrow tip, being kind of sort of below where you want it to go. But yeah. Anyway, so that's the Samick Sage. And I'm just gonna I'm sorting this kind of sort of by category, if you will. That would be like one of my Western traditional bows. Um, and I have another one which I bought recently. These aren't in any particular order that I've, bought them, but this is one of the more recent ones that I bought. It's a Kanokai laminated traditional reflex deflex. It's called a recurve on Amazon, which is incorrect. Um, and it is significantly shorter than the Samick Sage. If you look at them side by side, both of them on the ground there, you see? Yeah, this is significantly shorter. This is 62 inches long. That's the recurve. And then this is 54 inches. So yeah, that's quite a significant difference. This could be, like I said, like I mentioned in my, I guess, kind of review sort of it. It is kind of like, something you could use for hunting, perhaps. But, I don't know if I'm going to necessarily use this. I was just curious about it, and it was relatively inexpensive, so I thought, why not? And it shoots pretty well. It's pretty nice, and I made, again, my own modifications. Got my own kind of felt covering there. I, mentioned that I put like a toothpick there to kind of make it sort of a little more elevated because I shoot 3-under now. I was shooting split finger forever, and yeah, that's having it kind of higher, and then obviously the knocking points and setting that's kind of important if you're going to be shooting that type of style. And I did the same thing, of course, with my Samick Sage here, it's, you know, it's not as noticeable here, but yeah, there is a bit of the toothpick there, kind of on the felt sort of strike plate there. And then there's a toothpick kind of pretty much right perpendicular, not perpendicular, parallel. I don't know. I'm not that smart. You can probably tell. I barely have an associate's degree in college, so yeah. Yeah, I don't know what anything is. I just don't. I'm so dumb, you know. I don't know what words are or what words mean, but yeah, that's anyway. That's what I have for you know, the Samick Sage here. That's the you know, it's kind of what I did for, you know, since I'm doing, you know, 3-under shooting, and I did the same thing with this. The Kanokai Longbow Reflex Deflex design. Sorry. Gonna have to. Anyway, sorry about that. You know, I accidentally, you know, they kind of fell over. But anyway, so I'm going to be getting into my Eastern style bows. This is the Hungarian longbow. You've probably seen that in my past videos as well. And this is the second bow that I bought. Second ever, you know. And I got it in 45 pounds because, you know, at the time when I bought this, I was shooting my Samick Sage with 45-pound limbs. I had since kind of transitioned, you know, going all the way up to 60-pound draw, but then I've actually dropped down to 45 with the Samick Sage because, you know, all the research I've done, you know, with like my laws in terms of hunting, and I do have like a hunter's ed certification. So I actually, you know, they say that, you know, in my state, there's no like legal minimal draw weight. It's just, you know, they recommend at least 40 pounds if you're shooting whitetails and that sort of thing. But if it's like big game, like elk or bear, which we don't really have them around my state, and I'm more than likely just going to be hunting deer, I just decided, you know, let's just do 45. I mean, that's above the recommended, so it's like, you know, that's, I don't have to draw back like 60 pounds, just, you know, because it's not that necessary. But anyway, so this is a Hungarian style longbow, as it was called on Amazon. So yeah, it's, you know, people can call it a horse bow, Asiatic style bow, a short recurve. There's lots of names. I just collectively call these bows Eastern style. Hungary is, you know, Eastern European, and then there's obviously Chinese bows and Japanese bows and Mongolian and all that. But yeah, so I actually, you know, I mean, whenever I got to shooting this, I was, you know, just, you know, starting out with the regular Mediterranean. And again, I was shooting split finger at the time. And so that was like perfectly manageable for me. I still kind of had to mess around with like the arrow spine, and because, you know, instead of it having a shelf like my other bows here, my Samick Sage and the Kanokai Reflex Deflex, which have shelves, this of course doesn't have a shelf. It has just kind of an arrow pass on either side, and you can shoot these on the right side, left side. You're still kind of be shooting off your hand, so you'll need like a hand guard, you know, so that the fletching doesn't, or the whatever it is, doesn't you know, end up hurting your hand. So yeah, this is the first kind of Asiatic style or Eastern style bow that I got, and I figured, you know, I might just stick with this. I don't feel like I really need to buy anymore, but like couple months after finally getting to shoot this, I ended up getting yet another Eastern style bow. Let me, gotta set this right here so it won't like fall over. Sorry, we're having a bit of complications here. I'm just gonna set you over there so it's you. There we go. Stay. Anyway, so the next bow that I got after the Hungarian style longbow is this AF Archery King Manchu bow. I just call it a Manchu. I know that it's like, you know, I'm not really familiar with, you know, the names. I think King Dynasty. I don't know how to say it. It's Qing. It's, you know, it's, yeah. But anyway, semantics. So yeah, I ended up shooting this bow quite a bit last year. I made a video of it, my first time shooting it. And yeah, it was pretty nice. I mean, again, you know, I was trying to shoot with the thumb draw. The same with the Hungarian bow. I shot Mediterranean first, and then I, you know, decided to try the thumb draw. I had a thumb ring and everything, and I went through a lot of those, like, see which one I like best. And anyway, so yeah, I pretty much just was going straight into doing the thumb draw with this. And this is relatively easy to string. I just kind of do the step through method here, and you got to make sure that the serving on the loops are in the string bridges here. And so, yeah. And then you kind of just have to pull back and, yeah, gets them all straightened out. And so, yeah, this one, you know, I got it 35 pounds at 28 inches, so that, you know, so that it's lower than the Hungarian one. Because whenever I was doing the thumb draw with the Hungarian one, it was like, you know, I obviously I still had to get used to this, but this one, you know, still had some trouble, but was able to go ahead and do that, and it's not so hard anymore. And see, I'm not even wearing a thumb ring. And it's pretty easy to just pull back. But yeah, so I really liked this bow whenever I got it. So I'm gonna go ahead and unstring it, because, you know, you want to make sure you store your bows while they're unstrung. You don't want the string follow. You want to make sure it's got the same tension. And so yeah, that's the Manchu King bow from AF Archery. And the most recent bow that I have, which I haven't done really any review on, is another bow from Kanokai. And this one is actually labeled kind of more accurately on Amazon. It's like it's Kanokai Recurve bow, horse bow kind of. I think they mentioned horse bow, something like that. And yeah, so there it is. And there's a nice little design here on the kind of handle section. I actually wrapped some felt around here. It didn't actually come with this. I just wanted something so that, you know, my arrows don't, you know, scratch up the bow, because that would be very unfortunate. This one also relatively a much lighter weight. This one is labeled at a tiny 15 pounds at 28 inches. So there we go. And yeah, I'll try to get to shooting this at some point and make a video. But yeah. And the thing is, it's, you know, 15 inches at 28. But of course, whenever we do the thumb draw, it's, you know, we usually draw back way further. That's, you know, obviously stores more energy, and then, you know, the draw weight ends up increasing. So right here is probably about 20-ish pounds, which is probably perfect for me. And yeah, and I'm just going to be using these bows shooting for fun. I'm not going to use them for hunting, so I don't have to worry about the, you know, draw weight. You know, I've got my Samick Sage. That's probably the only one I'm going to end up using. And yeah. So anyway, but these are nice looking bows. I mean, you know, and they're fun to shoot. I haven't shot this one yet, but I imagine it'll be pretty nice. You know, it'll be pretty nice and smooth, and I'll probably shoot some wooden arrows with it, specifically the Kanokai ones that I have. So it's like, you know, they're gonna match. But yeah, that's my bow collection so far. So yeah, and so I don't know exactly, you know, if I'm gonna get any more bows, whether it's gonna be, you know, I don't know if I'm gonna get another recurve, because I'm really sentimental about my Samick Sage. It was the first bow I ever bought. I still like these other bows, and I like mixing styles up every now and again. Lately I've been thinking, you know, I might get a Tatar bow from AF Archery. You know, obviously gonna buy it from Amazon. That's where I've gotten most of these bows. And but yeah, I'd say, you know, that's it so far. But you know, I might get some more, or I might not. You know, who knows? But anyway, thank you guys for watching, and I'll catch y'all later.